Good afternoon from the Ecogen Stadium at Stair Park. Welcome to highlights of the William Hill League 2 match between Stranraer and Forfar Athletic. I'm Laurence Nelson. Alongside me in commentary is Brian Martin, and our production wizard and expert, as ever, is George Frank. To the teams for this afternoon's match. And Chris Aiken makes one change to the Stranraer lineup, which won 3-0 at East Fife last week. Matty Grant comes in place of Elliot Dunlop, who drops to the bench. That makes the Blues lineup. In goals, number 1 Sam Kane, 2 Scott Robertson, 5 Craig Ross, 14 Dean Hawkshaw, 16 Aaron Quigg, 17 Kurt McKnight, 19 Finn Ekrapont, 23 Matty Grant, 24 Darren Lang, 25 Ryan Edgar and 26 Lewis Reid. On the Blues bench today, sub-keeper 13 Josh Lane, 3 Tam Brindley, 6 Sean Docherty, 10 Elliot Dunlop, 11 Mark Russell, 18 Max Guthrie and 21 Robbie Foster. Forfar team, well, again 2 changes to their lineup. Last week they lost at home to Spartans. In come Marley Sweeney Rowe and Russell McLean. The Forfar lineup, number 1 Mark McCallum, 2 Cameron Logan, 3 Marley Sweeney Rowe, 4 Stuart Morrison, 5 Matty Allen, 9 Josh Skelly, 14 Russell McLean, 18 Ruben McAllister, 20 Craig Slater, 22 Bradley Rodden and 26 Alec Ferguson. The Loons bench today, sub-keeper 21 Zach Paris, 7 Ross McLean, 10 Mark Watley, 11 Kieran Ingalls, 12 Danny Denham, 16 Finn Robson, 19 Nathan Cannon, 23 Sam Young and 24 Mackenzie Lemon. And there appears to have been a late change in terms of the referee. We were told it was going to be Sean Murdoch, but the man in the middle today is Daniel Graves. See the big Forfar fans flag up behind the goal at the approach end of the ground. You had calculated how many? We're up
I think
to
about 22.
odd.
I think I counted 22, Laurence.
Fair play to them. Their team's bottom of the league. They're battling for their SPFL lives. We know how that feels. Fair play to the fans for coming on this long trip. We had the same trip to Forfar, second last game of last season, and it didn't end well for us. McAllister, nice back heel into the path of Josh Skelly. He plays it to the back of the box. Oof. And that Craig Slater let fly with a drive at goal there. Now Skelly sends it back in. Offside surely.
Yeah.
No flag from the linesman.
And a very good crowd today again, Laurence, of 496. Excellent crowd.
That is a decent crowd, yeah. 10 till half time. McLean heads it down. Now Rodden is in.
Mistake.
Oh, and a great block by Craig Ross.
Craig Ross.
Yeah, that looked as if it was going to go into the net, Brian.
It was a mistake with Lewis Reid. It was just often happen. That's why they got the chance. But
Craig Ross came charging in
for Ross, yep.
to block the danger.
Brilliant.
Near thing from a Forfar point of view.
Yeah, yep.
Sweeney Rowe gets his touch with the head. Comes down to McAllister. Oop. Well done, Finn Ekrapont.
If he can catch it, can he? Yep.
Grant can keep this in, yep. He's got Logan between him and the penalty box.
Cut in and cross.
Matty Grant cuts in. And that's a go, and that's on target from Matty Grant. And down goes Matty Allen in a heap.
I think you had that in the goals there, Laurence, had you?
Matty Grant certainly had it on target, Brian.
Aye, it was on target, aye.
37th minute, and Grant has a shot on target.
Probably the first save.
Yeah, McCallum, to be fair to him, well positioned to block it. McAllister takes Forfar's throw quickly. It's a poor throw in, but they're still pressing in that corner. He gets it out to Slater. He'll send it in the box. McLean's there, and that one was on target as well.
Certainly was.
The game is warming up at last. Sam Kane well positioned to hold Slater's headed effort though. Matty Grant lifts it.
I could see where he'd seen Edgar.
If it had been on the right hand side, it would have been better. Here's Edgar though, making himself awkward, making things difficult for Forfar. Edgar does so well there.
And this time
he does win the corner.
Well done.
Brilliant from Ryan Edgar.
You done
a
well.
bit of persistence.
Yep.
Matty Grant sends that one to the back of the box, headed back across by Quigg.
Oh.
And that is not too far away.
Over.
From Aaron Quigg. It just looked as if it might drift in at the post. So a change at half-time for Stranraer. Scott Robertson replaced by Tam Brindley.
I take it Dockery isn't feeling very well because he'd have been the straight replacement. I think the word was that Dockery wasn't feeling very well. So
Sweeney Rowe aims it at McLean. McLean certainly gets a touch. Brindley then into action. McLean comes out with the ball. Sweeney Rowe will get the cross in. And did Rodden keep that in the park?
Hard to say.
Comes out.
Must have done.
Slater. Sweeney Rowe lifts it over Brindley to Slater. Stranraer need to be aware of this at the back post here. McKnight headers it out. Now space for the shot. And that's a lovely finish. You have to say by Alec Ferguson.
Ferguson was it? Sort of
yeah, 51st minute. Stranraer just did not clear that box.
Didn't clear it.
And Alec Ferguson gives Forfar a crucial lead.
Just couldn't clear it, Laurence.
Yep.
Just couldn't clear it.
And Stranraer, we were saying, need to lift the performance. They're going to need to lift it even more now, Brian.
Yep, yeah, they do.
Forfar give themselves a lifeline. That, as things stand, has them off the bottom of the table.
Yep.
It's a scrappy game, and you know, it's so different from what we saw at Edinburgh City and at East Fife. Here's Slater in a bit of space. And that was a crucial save by Sam Kane. Everybody's worried about where that ball was going to go. Now, corner for Forfar. McAllister's corner. And the ball stays in, and Forfar will have another bite at the cherry here. Stranraer not clearing the lines. McAllister's ball punched away by the keeper. Stranraer still got an issue here.
One of them days.
And it's a dreadful shot, thankfully for Stranraer. So 61 minutes, Max Guthrie and Mark Russell come on in place of Kirk McKnight and Ryan Edgar. Dean Hawkshaw with the free kick. 63rd minute, and it goes to the front of the box. Oh, Ross has looked to be pulled to the deck there, Ryan.
He certainly did.
Ekrapon gives it away, and Stranraer in real trouble here. And what an absolute howler from Bradley Rodden. That could have sealed the points for Forfar. What a miss. Brian, what about that error from Finn?
Oh, I know. That just shows you what can happen, Laurence. You know, he just wasn't. He just touched it, you know, and Rodden was onto it like a, you know. Jeez.
Do you know what? Rodden had a lot of time there. He could have took his time and finished the game.
What a miss.
At this stage, 2-0, you would have fancied.
Definitely.
That was it, really.
Yep, definitely.
So 71st minute, Cannon and Ross McLean come on in place of Josh Skelly and Ruben McAllister for the visitors. So 73 minutes, Elliot Dunlop and Robbie Foster replace Matty Grant and Darren Lang.
Yeah.
Linesman flagging for a substitution or something, is he?
Not even ready.
Utterly bizarre by the officials. Just absolute gamesmanship. That is your fault, linesman. Absolutely conned by the Forfar bench. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that Forfar sub that was supposed to come on. He's disappeared into a black hole.
Bermuda Triangle.
It's lifted high by Ferguson. Keeper needs to come.
Clyde beating Bonnick again, Laurence.
And I'll tell you what, Big McLean claiming that Kane was out of his box. There's going to be a card for somebody in the Forfar bench though. Yeah, it's McLean. Well done, referee. 89th minute, McLean booked. Brian Martin, your Stranraer man of the match.
It's very hard to pick, Laurence. Probably for his perseverance, I'll go for Dean Hawkshaw.
To Dean Hawkshaw, Brian Martin, Stranraer man of the match this afternoon.
Really
Watley goes straight into action. Ekrapon sends it long. Foster goes off in the chase.
Oh, what a save!
Oh, and a miss by Guthrie. That was a real chance to get a point for Stranraer.
Chance to get a point.
Foster unlucky. Guthrie just could not get that on target.
And that's it, Laurence.
And when it's not going for you, it's not going for you. 90 plus 5.
Great goalkeeping for the keeper, I've got to say.
It was.
McMallum,
Well
McCallum.
done. The experienced hands of Mark McCallum.
Guthrie did really an open goal to put it in.
Yeah.
You know, win it. Well, not win it, but get a point. But wow. So
that's us played 5 minutes.
Yeah, we're not getting
additional time.
Yeah. We're getting nothing out of this game of the day, Laurence, I'm afraid.
Well, if we were going to get something, it would have been there, Brian.
To be there, yeah.
Reid needs to get this forward.
Yeah,
that's easy.
Yeah,
that is full time. And you know what? A lot of gamesmanship from Forfar, but I would argue they deserve the points, Brian.
Yeah, we didn't do enough, Laurence.
Yeah.
You know, we had a great day last Saturday. Today was completely chalk and cheese. Just didn't do enough. I mean, I think with probably the last minute, you know, injury time, that was probably our best chance of the game.
Would it have been a deserved point? Is it a fair result, a 1-0 win for Forfar, do you think?
They got the goal early doors in the second half, Laurence, and outfought us. You know, we didn't create enough. That's the bottom line.
Fantastic 3 points for Forfar. Full time at the Ecogen Stadium at Stair Park. Stranraer 0, Forfar Athletic 1. We move on, another home game next week, Stranraer at home to Clyde. As ever, thank you for watching Stranraer FC Live. If you've enjoyed the coverage, press like and press subscribe.